Yo, what's up guys? So, welcome back. Dark Magician, they, earlier today, they got another Overframe card, and it's another solid card from the archetype, at least for the archetype. They, recently, a couple of weeks ago, they got like a Dark Magician Overframe card, which, directly sets. But this new one is fantastic. It's essentially a hero lives, where both you and your opponent can special summon a spellcaster, a Dark Spellcaster from the deck, but if you special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, it will get you another search. So it's basically another one-card Dragoon, right? If the deck needed that more. By the way, so you just saw a couple of cards here in the site that I'm not running, because again, I don't have any space. And I think the build needs to be a bit different, maybe more spellcaster oriented, maybe no Primite, but again that needs more testing. I was talking about, or I was contemplating about the new Witch, the new Link 2, Anaconda, with their ritual shenanigans, basically a better crush. And looking at the new ritual spell from Maze of Muertos, right? And then, going for that Dark Magician ritual, the one that needs Chaos Form, right? To basically prevent your opponent from playing the game. So that's an option, but I'm probably just keeping that for another video. So anyway, this new spell, it's a quick play spell, so you could potentially use it during the draw phase. That's fantastic. No Veiler, that doesn't make sense. Like no Droll, I guess, because of the search. And you can use it during your opponent's turn to potentially special summon a Dark Magician. Small downside is that the Dark Magician needs to be in your deck or hands. But then again, I think it's just fine to main deck one Dark Magician, because you could potentially send back the Dark Magician from your graveyard with that Tamias spell, the new one that, cheats out Dragoon. So I guess that's fine. Azamina package is still there, it's Spellcaster slop, it's a Spellcaster deck card. Also, what was it, a couple of weeks ago, what was it, last week? 2 weeks ago, with the new Chaos cards, the new Black Luster, the new Dark Magician of Chaos stuff. Basically, past year we got like so many new and good Spellcaster support cards. Anyway, so we prevent the search, we Reborn, still here, I guess same window, I guess. Reborn Dark Magician to banish the Draco Tail so we can prevent them from, I guess, establishing a board. We go for Dragoon just in case. We still at Ash for either Brandon Fusion or Rahu. They pass, so we can just go for Little Knight, and this should be more than enough, because again, Witch can special summon herself, etc. So, really nifty, like this new card, as you saw, the main deck is currently 45 cards, but like, I think I talked about this because I played Dark Magician a couple of weeks ago. I featured the new card a couple of weeks ago as well, the new Overframe Dark Magician, and I feel that I'm evolving towards like a 50 card build, maybe even 60 cards, because there are so many piles you can play, and Dark Magician is fairly consistent because of all the new stuff. It searches each other, it pivots into each other. Anyway, so let's see, this is probably going to be Crush Sheep, for the Monster Reborn. We do get Belto, so this prevents, I guess, me from getting out of Fusion, unless I go for an early Dragoon, but I don't think that was worth it, or needed. Just go for Dragoon during their turn with potentially the Topologic on the field. Bomber Dragon, or maybe even Ouroboros. So let's see, we draw Emperor, that's fantastic. Go for Selene, probably, basically extending. Reborn is another monster, either opening the Masquerena play or Topologic play. This is probably going for the Topologic. Topologic is okay, but it feels awkward now because your Dark Magician could get destroyed. Keep in mind, Dragoon cannot be destroyed by card effect, so it's not hindered by the Topologic. But because you have Drill Beam, that might create some awkward situations with Topologic Bomber on field, potentially destroying the Dark Magician. You preemptively using Drill Beam. Anyway, so Rahu is getting negated, obviously, and this is just a pass. Okay, I guess they have two disruptions plus potential fusion summon during my turn, but we can just go for Drill Beam, right? During the standby phase. They cannot use the dragon because it's a quick effect during the main phase, normal summon, Primite stuff, and this should be more than enough. Just get rid of the Topologic This again, we have like the Spellcaster slop shenanigans that pivots into more searches and, you know, Witch into the Dark. Like, Dark Magician Fusion is probably the best Link 1 we currently have in the game. And who knows, we might get more support even. Like a lot of decks can just splash this in now. And that's so crazy. An easy Dragoon for any deck. If you know, if you want to play the bricks, if you can call them bricks. Yeah, okay. So next one, let's see. Going second, I think. Okay, so, I mean, there's room for hand traps. You can play a lot of hand traps, and that's why I'm maybe focusing on trying out the deck without Premites. I don't know. Because the deck doesn't really have that many normal summons, plus Premites searches your spells as well. Potential extra spells, continuous spells. Potentially send them to the graveyard, off of Witch, off of Magician's Souls. Right. We draw Imperm, so I don't think it matters though, because we know the quickly spell is already there, so yeah. Oh no, it's not. Or is it? No, it is. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so there's a couple of interruptions. The Crave or Hand disruption. They have Nesh Knight, so you have to keep track of the Nesh Knight. That could potentially be a big card against my field. So choice here is we do set up Dark Magician in the graveyard to potentially force out stuff. They Werewolf pop the back row, which I guess is fine. They go for Nesh Knight now, which kind of makes sense for the fusion. So we are aiming towards maybe the Typhon, maybe. They do go for Droplets. Okay, yeah, there was no disruption, so we just go for Typhon, right? Yeah, we can bounce Werewolf, search, but you know, we cannot summon. Just go for another draw, potentially drawing hand traps or traps, whatever. And then stack the top card. We have a couple of options, but we already have the Tamiya's cheat spell, you know, Dragoon during their turn, even though it might get stopped by my own Typhon, so keep that in mind. But there might be cards that can get rid of the Typhon, and you know, we would still be able to go for our Dragoon ride. So now get rid of our own Typhon and we start playing. It's so sick, right? Like this, like any one card, like big level Spellcaster, just opens up your galore of Dark Magician stuff. This feels so insane. This feels really good, actually. Obviously, maybe not the build itself, but again, like, feel free to leave suggestions. But again, looking at that new Witch, Reborn stuff, searches like a ritual. But again, I'm not so sure, right? Like, you're probably going for like 50 or even 60 card builds. Because again, you don't want to draw those, you want to search those, right? Like the ritual spell. What is it from Maze of Muertos? The ritual chaos form magician, right? The Shockmaster, basically. Shockmaster. Anyway, so circle, banish, and this should be more than enough, right? Let's see, banish for draw imperm, and yeah, this should be more than enough. So okay, so really nifty. Wand of Illusion. I think Wand of Illusion is fine. You know, it's searchable off of everything basically. Plus it pivots into something else, and at the same time sends something back from your hand back to the deck. That might be important, again, sending that Dark Magician back to the deck. I don't know. Last one. This was an iffy one. This was a really iffy one. So we imperm. I guess this was the correct play. Like, hope that they don't have another extender, but they do. So we don't have Ash to stop this particular play. So this is not good. Only the Bell has a disruption, right? So this is basically full Mitsu combo, but I think thanks to Bell we are able to stop it, as in, not stop it, but prevent it from searching the trap, which again is another Omni negation. So, and like their field is kinda solid. You'll see in a few moments, because of prayers, right? They can follow up Reborn like a level 4 and still make the Rizal engine live. Like if it's only Mitsu, like pure Mitsu with the trap, we can play into that. But Mitsu with the Omni negation, Murakumo, you know, it forces us another discard, like which is also a card that needs a discard, you know, something on field. But speaking of something on field, Detonator says no to those cards, and Detonator is going to hit the field. So Detonator is still a card that power creeps a lot of decks. especially this deck, right? With Primite, like the Witch engine, Azamina engine that gets you those face-up continuous spells. So yeah, here again, sure, the Imperm prevents the search, Detonator prevents the Typhon from hitting the field. If Typhon... I mean, Typhon could have done something, probably, maybe not that much actually, because now they can reborn the Murakumo. Destroy my field again, prevent the Dark Magician Fusion from hitting the field. The continuous spell is useless because of Detonator. They can Omni to force the discard, so again we are back another card, so that's just too much. We can go for the Fusion to potentially extend still, but I don't see any play though. So they can still reborn. They can Detonator pop to give it 2 extra materials. But I guess, you know, we can dodge stuff, go for the new quick play spell to reborn, or special summon Dark Magician, get another search, but I don't think we have any plays after this. Because again, because of all the big attack monsters on their board, plus a potential Detonator lurking in the background. So Typhon is there, but it's not going to be enough, right? So yeah, we can bounce one, attack one, but yeah, they can just attack, right? And the spell is getting negated because no cards in hand. So yeah, really iffy, but like this new support, it looks really solid, looks really cool. Like I think most people like everyone likes the overframe cards, but like it seems that with the trend, these overframes are really good for a lot of decks. So yeah, probably looking forward like to the Witch, the new Link 2, the Rituals. So that's something that I'm, you know, at least I want to test out. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave them signing out. Peace.